though, let's go ahead and take a live look outside in Golden with 9 News reporter Jenny Meckles. Jenny, what do you have out there? You look really cold.
I am waiting for that sunshine you're promising. Where is that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's chilly, it's cold, and the roads are not something you should be driving tonight. We're in Golden at the Dinosaur commuter lots right off of 70. Traffic continues to move on 70 tonight. We've seen a lot of plows. I haven't seen major backups, but I mean, it's a holiday weekend, it's snowing. You can take a guess what I-70 looks like. You can decide whether it's a good idea for you or not. Something I wouldn't do tonight based on what we saw earlier. But why listen to me when you can hear from the people whose job it is to monitor the roads or the people who already tried to drive them?
So you can't use the plastic brush on these because you'll scrape the lens.
If you want to play in the mountains, the trick is good timing.
They got 9 inches yesterday. It was amazing.
Rich chased the fresh powder all the way to Breckenridge Friday.
A bunch of powder. So like, literally, like there were some parts were groomed, and then 6 inches of snow fell on that. And then we were probably riding anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of powder on.
Better to beat the holiday crowds and beat the worst of the incoming weather.
It was pretty bad. The roads were pretty brutal. Coming south or coming to eastbound was pretty bad. But it looks like going west is even worse because it's Friday. Everyone and their brothers heading up the mountains today.
Thick fog covered I-70 Friday afternoon near Genesee, kicking off yet another weekend of snow.
We're following our winter-long pattern of heavy snowfall on the weekends, particularly coinciding with holiday weekends.
For those who play in the backcountry, the Colorado Avalanche Information Center calls this weekend avalanche danger considerable. A level 3 out of 5 on the scale.
So when you have this recipe of, a dangerous snowpack structure combined with a lot of people flooding into the mountains to enjoy new snow, which is adding load and increasing the avalanche danger, that is a recipe for an accident. Mother Nature, is still making the rules here, so we do have to play by the conditions she creates.
This is fine.
Even with his early start, Rich still caught some mountain delays.
We can usually get to the mountains on Friday in an hour and 10, but it took us about an hour 35 or hour 40 today.
He's just glad he beat the weather back to Denver, or at least the worst of it. I don't know, an hour 30 to Breckenridge still doesn't sound that bad to me on a holiday weekend, but who knows what tomorrow morning will be like, guys. The Colorado Avalanche Information Center says you know what to do if you're going to go out. You got to check your conditions. You got to pack all the things you need. But really, maybe just this isn't the weekend for it. We got all these nice ski resorts with perfectly groomed inbound terrain. Maybe that's where we should spend our weekend. What do you think, guys?
Sometimes don't is good advice. Everybody wants to mitigate risk, but sometimes just don't, Yeah. I don't know. Jennifer Meckles out in it for us tonight. Thank you, Jenny.